Okay, so I'm going to jump right in on me cleaning up my brows. The first thing I do is take a pair of tweezers and get any of the hairs below my arch. I take a spoolie as well to brush my hairs up. My eyebrows are very different on either side, so I have to kind of adjust to make them look as similar as possible. So I'm just taking the spoolie, and then I'm going to take a pair of scissors to cut my brows, whichever hairs are a little outside of the brow that I would want for the look I'm going for. Do is I go ahead and tint my brows. So I use this, and this basically is like a hair dye, but it works very nice on my brows. I like my brows really dark, and this is one of the only ones that not only get them really dark, but it stays for about a week and a half. So I put just a little in a bowl, just tapping a little, so about this much. And the color I'm using is the color 58, which is probably a dark brown color. I'll have to check back and write that in the comments because I'm not sure. And then I take a little bit of water. This was a little too much, but as you can see, it's a little water in here and a little of the dye. Excuse my nails, I do need to get them done, but I have not done them. And then I take a little angled brush, like so, and I go ahead and mix until the particles are pretty like thinned out, because right now, as you can see, it's like really thick. Like, you can still see the particles pretty big, and you want them to be as dissolved in the water as possible. So now that most of the particles are pretty much dissolved, I go ahead and take a little bit on my angled brush, and where my brows, like the hairs start, I just go ahead and brush it. Now, what I will tell you about this stuff is sometimes it looks very light at first, but it literally can turn like black and really dark. So you have to be careful with getting your right shade. Like, don't go off of what it looks like now, because it does darken a lot. I just put this all over the brow, making sure not to get outside of my arch. I usually try and get heavy on the wings because I have less hair there, and I want to make sure that my brow looks like dark all the way through. The only place I don't really get heavy in is right in the front here, because I still want that ombre look. And then I just do like a little light right here in the front. Okay, so I'm gonna do this for the other brow too. Now the other brow is a lot harder, but so far you can already see the difference between my two brows, the one that I did and the one I haven't done yet. The other brow is a little harder just because the arch is very different. As you can see, the dye is already starting to darken up a lot. And I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this front off, because I told you I wanted to make sure I got a really faded look. So I didn't want to have too much product right here in the front. But the dye does work pretty fast, so you need to be careful. Like, as you can see, I just kind of got it outside of where I wanted it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and try and fade some of that color out right here in the front, because I don't want it to look too blocky, but I mean I do still have another step that I'll do. But see, you can see that the color has darkened quite a bit just from the time that we put it in to now. It's much more of like a darker brown, so I'm just gonna add a little more color towards the back of the brow. And as I told you, I do like my brows dark. Not everyone does, so you know, that is pretty much up to preference. I don't try too hard to make them look similar. I just try and make sure that they're not too different, because I know brows are supposed to be sisters, not twins, so it's okay if your brows come out a little different from the other. So this is how dark my brow has gotten just in a few minutes. And I'm gonna leave it on for about 30 minutes when I come back. A lot of times I do leave it on overnight, but if I do leave it on overnight, my brows will be black. So I'm gonna be back in about 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna finish up and show you how it looks at the end. Okay, so I don't have 30 minutes to spare for this, so I actually only did it for about 10-15 minutes, which, you know, hopefully that won't make too much of a difference. They'll still probably get dark, maybe just not last as long. I told you I keep it usually overnight so that it lasts for the entire week and a half. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in again so that you guys can see. And I use some witch hazel with a cotton ball. And I'm going to just wipe the dye off. So as you can see, they are a bit darker. Do the same for the other brow. Okay, so this is the step that really gets the eyebrows looking like brows. I go ahead and take my eyeliner and just do a couple of hairline strokes throughout the brow to really give it a more natural look. And with the ones in the front, I am making the strokes like go up this way. The strokes towards the back, I go like up and then back all the way over. Okay, so now that I finished my makeup, you can see that my eyebrows look really like a lot better with the eyebrow tinting. And I told you the good thing about this is that you don't have to do it every day. The only thing you have to do is just do those hairline strokes right here in the front, and that makes your eyebrows so much more easier. So think about cutting your eyebrow time. Instead of taking 10 minutes on your eyebrows before every look or day when you do your makeup, now it is literally like not even 5 minutes, like 2 minutes. So let me zoom in again so you can see if I can find them. Okay. So if you like this eyebrow look, this is you can follow me, you can subscribe. I told you I'm gonna be trying to drop a video once a week. You can follow me on Instagram at Leah from Georgia, and you know, that's it. Thanks for watching.